Well, we'll go on to the next fight here. We have Kanako Murata, I think coming off a 2-year layoff. She's going to fight against Vanessa Demopoulos. This is going to be in, I believe, the 115 division, so strawweight division here. Kanako, she's actually 4-1 in her last five, 12-2 overall. From Japan, 30 years old. She's fighting against Vanessa Demopoulos, aka Little Monster, aka Vanessa OnlyFans, as I like to call her. She's 9-5, 3-2 in her last five. She's actually the older fighter here. She's 35 years old. Both of them have about the same reach and height here. I think maybe like 1 or 2 inches each way off. Um, just looking at their stats here, I mean, they're both pretty similar in terms of the stats. I think that both of them absorb a lot of strikes. Both of them land a lot of strikes as well, but they both absorb more strikes than they land. Uh, there is a difference in terms of the skill set, though. I think that when I do watch Murata, I mean, I think that she does have more accuracy in her shots. I think her defense is a little bit tighter. Vanessa seems like she just tries to go for the volume route and tries to, kind of constantly push out strikes. Um, I think a 2-year layoff. I mean, she is a wrestler grappler as far as Murata. I think that she's a really good credentialed wrestler in that case. She's coming off that broken arm doctor stoppage against Verna. Um, but I think that she does have good cardio, good pace, good movement. Vanessa looked really flat her last fight, but it was against Karolina Kowalkiewicz, very true and tried vet with skills. Um, but I did like that Vanessa showed good durability. I don't think that she's a quitter. She could lose and get out wrestled for 15 minutes. That's very much in play here, and that's why the odds are kind of like that. I mean, right now, um, Kanako is minus 360, and she opened up at a minus 230. So people are already kind of shoving her and kind of giving Vanessa, I don't think, little to no chance in this fight. Um, for me, I mean, I I think that the most likely path is that Murata out wrestles Vanessa for 15 minutes and she's going to survive Vanessa. But I think that Murata by decision is probably the way to go here. But I'm probably not going to play this fight. I mean, 2 years off, um, coming off a broken arm. I mean, I don't know what she's going to look like. She could look worse. She could look better. I think there's a lot of volatility in these kind of odds, but the pick here is Murata. But once again, I think it's just a no play for me in this fight once again. Alex, what are your thoughts on this fight here?
Yeah, so um this one's this one's tough because the odds are so wide. Breaking down the tape, Murata's definitely going to wrestle in this matchup. There's no question. That's kind of like her bread and butter. She'll kind of like throw a 1-2, then shoot for a takedown that'll push the opponent to the cage. That's kind of like what she does. And then she'll kind of use her judo to get the takedown. Um, but she is very hittable. When she goes in for those 1-2s and takedowns, she will get hit. Um, and she's usually like the pressure fighter. She'll kind of like move forward. Um, and then when I'm looking at Demopoulos, she showed up overweight in her last fight. Um, she actually looks very big for a strawweight. So like in my head too, I'm thinking, can Murata take her down? Like, is that because Vanessa's like very huge, um, and Vanessa also has like solid enough punches and combinations. But again, Vanessa is also very hittable. Um, so I think, similar to you, James, I feel like Murata is probably going to win, but I think the odds are like too wide that I probably don't want to play it. 2-year layoff, all those factors. Yeah, I think the odds are just too wide. So I'm probably going to stay away from this one.
Yeah, definitely. Kevin, what were your thoughts on this fight here?
So Vanessa's the OnlyFans chick, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, okay. I mean, she has more experience in the UFC. You know, she's got what, 5 fights in the UFC?
Mhm.
Yeah, 5 fights in the UFC, 3 for 2, but her opponents that she's faced aren't very good, I'd say.
Yep.
Except for Karolina. Karolina was pretty decent. Um, yeah, this doesn't look like that great of a fight. Um, it might be worth putting in some, a little bit of a parlay just to hedge your bets a little bit. If you want to, do like a Vanessa Grant and Drew Dober type parlay. But um, yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to the Japanese girl just because she's got like first round finishes and she seems like a finisher, and she also looks a lot more muscular. She's kind of got those like John Wei Lee vibes, but
Mhm.
probably not as skilled. um, yeah, but I think I think these Japanese fighters are smart enough to know when to come back. They're probably a little bit more humble about that kind of stuff. Um, you know, deciding when to take a fight after getting screwed up previously. So yeah, I'd go for the Japanese girl, but yeah, it just seems like a pretty risky bet to throw on your parlays because the juice might not be worth the squeeze.
Yeah. No, that makes total sense.